Generation Millennial stands at the threshold of a historical split screen. Born roughly between 1981 and 1996, they are the bridge generation, the last cohort to remember the tactile buzz of a dial-up modem, and the first to navigate the total digitization of the human experience. Unlike Gen Z's fluid chaos or Gen Alpha's post-reality, millennials were promised a linear path. Go to college, work hard, and the middle-class dream would unlock. Instead, they hit the entry-level wall, entering the workforce during the 2008 financial crash and grappling with the highest student debt-to-income ratios in history. This created a generation defined by a strange duality, a relentless pursuit of professional excellence masked by a quiet, mounting exhaustion with the very systems they were told to master. To cope with this economic instability, millennials leaned into the curation defense. This was the era of the Instagrammable life, defined by the millennial pink aesthetic, minimalist apartments, and the avocado toast that became a lightning rod for intergenerational criticism. This wasn't just vanity. It was an attempt to exercise control over an environment where homeownership and financial stability felt increasingly out of reach. If the macroeconomy was a mess, the microenvironment, the coffee, the houseplants, the neatly organized desk had to be perfect. This led to the rise of hustle culture, where every hobby was monetized and every rest period was felt as a failure of productivity. It was a generation running a marathon on a treadmill that was slowly being tilted upward. But as we move through the mid-2020s, the millennial story has shifted from grind to grace. We are seeing a massive self-correction wave as the pioneers of the burnout era pivot toward therapy, boundaries, and gentle parenting. They are trading the girl boss archetype for the soft life, finally admitting that the curated perfection of the 2010s was a mask for survival. There is a deep, resonant nostalgia loop occurring, where millennials are returning to the analog comforts of their 90s, childhood vinyl records, film cameras, and physical books as a way to ground themselves in a world that feels increasingly synthetic. They are the stabilizing force of the modern workforce, acting as the translators between the analog past and the AI-driven future, proving that while they may have been the burnout generation, they are now the architects of a more sustainable, vulnerable reality.